Hello. Okay, so we're going to derive the formula for the annuity. An annuity is a set of payments that starts at period 1 and ends at period n to cover for something that you borrow, which is valued at p in period 0. So let's have this example here. Say a man borrowed p from the bank to buy a house at a periodic rate of r. The loan is payable in n periods, and we want to derive the periodic payment x that the man must make to fully pay the loan. Okay, so it must be true here that the amount that you borrowed at period 0 must be equal to the present value of all the payments. Okay, so the first payment happens at period 1, so we discount it at 1 plus r. Okay, and the second payment is also x, and it happens at period 2. So we discount it 2 periods. So x divided by 1 plus r to the 2. Okay, and so we do it for all the n payments. So we have x divided by 1 plus r to the n. Okay, now this should be your identity. Now our goal is to solve for x in terms of p, r, and n. So we will apply some mathematical trick here in order for us to be able to solve for x. So let's multiply the first equation, okay, by 1 plus r. Okay, so when we multiply the first term here by 1 plus r, it goes away, and when we multiply the second term by 1 plus r, the exponent will be reduced by 1. Okay, all the exponents here should be reduced by 1 in the second equation. Alright, now we will subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Right, and so what we have is p times 1 plus r minus p. Okay, so we're going to subtract this from the second equation now. So when we subtract, 1 from equation 2, a lot of things will cancel out here, right? So this x all over 1 plus r will cancel out with x all over 1 plus r there, and all the succeeding terms will cancel out as well. The only thing that will remain is the last term. Okay, so this would be x minus x divided by 1 plus r to the n. Okay, so now we can simplify this. P times 1 plus r minus p will be r times p. And then we can factor out x, say 1 minus 1 over 1 plus r to the n. Okay, and then we can solve for x here. Okay, so as you can see, if we solve for x, we say x is just going to be r times p divided by the whole thing. Okay, 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus r to the n. Now sometimes we want to solve for p here, so we say p would be just that whole thing divided by r. So divided by r times that factor there. Okay, now let's solve this problem here. So a man borrowed $350,000 to buy a house at a rate of 6% per year. Okay, so the man is going to pay the house in 20 years, and is going to pay it monthly. And we want to know what is the mortgage payment for this man. So the amount borrowed is $350,000, and the interest rate here is 6%. Okay, so say 6% divided by 12, because remember that our period here will be month. Okay, so your period here is in months. So your interest rate here is 6% per year. So you want to have, a monthly interest rate. And n here is in the number of periods. So if you have 20 years, so this will be 20 times 12, which is 240 periods. Okay, or 240 months. Now we derived this formula earlier, so we just have to plug it in. So we say r times p, okay, divided by 1 minus 1 all over 1 plus r raised to n. Okay, and your n is 240. So that means that for the payment to be done, to be fully paid in 20 years, you have to make 2,500 every month. Okay, so what should be the loan balance after 5 years? So here the interest rate will still be the same, okay, 0.5% per year, and n would be what? Okay, after 5 years, there's still 15 years to go with the loan. So 15 years is equivalent to 180 months. And the man is going to make 2,507 every month. Okay, and then we want to know, okay, what is the balance after 5 years. So we're going to use this formula here that we derived earlier. So we say x divided by r times 1 minus 1 all over, okay, 1 plus r raised to n. So that means that after paying for 5 years, the balance is still 297. So how much? Okay, so we want to find the total interest paid after 5 years. Okay, so the total payments made after 5 years is, he's making 2,500, but 5 years is 60 months. Okay, so he paid a total of $150,000, and the principal would be, he paid, the initial loan is $350, and then the balance after 5 years is $297. So the principal payments that he made is only $52,000. So for the first 5 years, he had been paying $97,000 of interest in total. Okay, so there's an Excel shortcut for this. So P is equal to 350,000. Okay, right, and the interest rate is 0.5%. Okay, so at the end of the period, at the end of the 20 years, nothing is left on the loan, and we want to calculate the monthly payment. We say PMT equals, this is the rate, the number of periods is 240, the loan amount is 350,000. Okay, this should have been comma, and where is this? 350, 0. Oops, it should be 0. Okay, so as you can see here, they have the same amount. Okay, we have the same figure. So we can also kind of make a table on the life of the loan. So initially the loan is $350,000. Okay, so that's also going to be the beginning interest rate in period 1, and for this period we're going to pay an interest of 0.5%. Okay, and the payment is constant at $2,500. Okay, and so the ending balance would be the beginning balance plus the interest less the payment. Okay, so if we do it for 240 months, okay, so let's just do it for 20 years, so which is 240 months. Okay, so if we do it for 240 months, okay, so we expect that at the end of 240 months, the balance should be 0 here. Okay, that's the ending balance at 240 months. Now, let's see, okay, what's the balance after 5 years? Okay, so after 5 years, that's period 60. So see here, period 60 is this, 297. Okay, and that is the same figure that we got earlier. Okay, so it's 297,148.59. So how much have you paid in total interest? So we say equals, just add all of this interest payments here from period 1 all the way to period 60. That should be the same as this. See that? Okay. So this schedule here gives you your principal, your running principal every month. Okay. So we can hide this. It is there, it's just hidden. Okay. So as you can see here, at the end of 240 periods or 240 months, the loan should be, the balance should be 0. Okay. All right. And what else can we see here? At the beginning, during the early stages of the loan, okay, you're paying more on interest, right, than on principal payment. And at the end of the loan, the later stages of the loan, okay, you are now paying more on principal and less on interest. Okay, so your interest payment actually goes down as you pay the loan. Right, so if there's any other question here, visit my website, mygraduatetutor.com. Thank you.